Hello, how is everybody? Welcome back. I miss you all very much. So here we are. What I'm going to do right now is to give a little tutorial explaining how the course is going to work online. Right? So I first want to say, I am really sorry in the generic sense that I felt like I was just really starting to get to know a lot of you and your names, your personalities, your points of view, and I much prefer to be in class in front of my fellow human beings, all you guys, rather than stuck here making videos. So I hope all of you are well and you're taking all the precautions you need to in this very unprecedented time. It's really quite crazy. So sometimes the best thing to do is just move on and get on with the business of things. So that is what we're going to do right now. What I'm going to show you right now is our Blackboard setup. It's been slightly modified. And the key thing here is the format I'm going to describe to you now is the format that we're going to be using for the remainder of the course. There will be little tweaks here and there, but this is generally it. So you follow this carefully and it should be pretty self-explanatory. Now, apart from what I'm going to show you now, two things. Number one, I'm still building out the apparatus. There are going to be some PowerPoints and videos that still need to go up pertaining to this week's assignment. They will be up by the end of today. Second thing, I would really like to build in a Zoom meeting where we can all actually see each other's faces and read the text and ask questions about it. And I think probably I'm going to say next Thursday sometime is the time that we're going to do it. If you can make it, you make it. If you can't, you can't. And I think probably we might modify it, the class time, given that everybody's schedules is now just totally upended. I might make it a little earlier than the time we've had it. Or maybe I'll have to figure it out. Okay, so let's look at this. Let me first get my little thing here to circle some things. So key thing, here's our class right here. You see that? And right now we're looking at announcements, right? Up to this point, all the information that you've needed for this class has been under course documents, right? There's still some crucial things, but you're not going to have to refer to course documents anymore. Everything is now going to be under assignments. So this, on a daily basis, is where you want to look to find out what your work is. So here's the thing. Each week's assignments will all be built into a single folder so that you know, well, even before the week starts, so for next week I'll have it up shortly, you will know everything you will have to do for that week, and everything will be due toward the end of the week, right? Okay. In particular, we're still going to have a similar format with reading and reading responses, right? The reading responses are now all going to be posted on the discussion board, right? So this will be where you will actually have answering your reading response questions as opposed to downloading a Word document and filling it out and sending it to me or posting it on Blackboard. It will all be through discussion board. Okay, so let's actually look at the assignment menu folder. So let me click this off, and now we can click here. You can do it, computer. There we go. Alrighty. So here we have week 8 and we have week 9. So you'll notice that if you look at week 9, I'm still building out the content there, right? We're getting there. Okay. So notice week 8, that's the current week. You'll get the date and then you'll get the theme, the main topic of that week, which will typically let you know what the title of the work is. It will refer to the text so you know specifically what it is. Next thing you notice, the midterm exam is lurking down here. We will get to that. I will give you a due date for the midterm exam. The format will be, there's going to be no changes in the format of the exam, except it will be turned in through a turn it in function. You'll do it in a Word document. It will be a handful of essay questions. It will be longer than quiz number 2. Quiz number 2 I will have to you back graded by this weekend, and in some manner or form, whether it's smoke signals or email, I will be sending out your grade for quiz number 2. Okay, so let's click here. And this will give us everything we need for the week. Full stop. Instructions, explanation of topics, learning objectives, and also all the materials outside of your book, right? All right, so first you'll see, let's just kind of scroll down here, all the way down. So you'll see the basic explanation here, starting with the topic, a description of the week's subject matter, learning objectives. The first one here is going to be kind of generic, but the rest of them will be specific to what we're covering that week. So it's important that you look at all of this carefully. You know, given that you're in an online environment and you don't have a teacher and a professor reminding you this is due, this is what to focus on, really reading everything carefully becomes really crucial in the online format. Okay, so next thing, assignment materials. Now, let's be clear. This is not exactly the assignment itself. These are the materials you need to have at your disposal and you need to go over in order to do the assignment. Okay, so first off, reading materials. You, of course, have the book yourself. However, if you go down here, I have it in PDF form, the entire text right here, for your convenience. N'est-ce pas? Alrighty. So then, video lecture. Each week, I'm going to do at least one lecture, and I'll break it up into pleasant increments, right? So what's the key? There's going to be 2 types of lectures. There's going to be an intro lecture, and there's going to be a lecture I'd like you to do after you've actually done all the assignment. So then it will take your thinking, after you've read. Take your, and that will be specified in the video when it's posted. That will be clearly understood, right? PowerPoints. For the Odyssey, I am going to have one PowerPoint that includes everything that we cover. I'm not going to break it up into a series of PowerPoints because that just gets too convoluted. However, when I lecture, I'm going to be reading from the text, I'm going to be lecturing, but I'm also going to be going over bits and pieces of that PowerPoint. So it will be all integrated ultimately at the end of the day. Okay, so the last thing here, you've got your study guide. This I handed out in class. I will repost it here momentarily as I build this out. And then your actual assignment is reading response questions. They're going to be completed through the discussion board. So let me bring out my red marker again. So reading response questions on the discussion board. There's going to be 2 ways you can get to the reading response questions. I will provide it as a link. But then, if you go here, you'll see discussion board. You can click on it and just scroll down to here are questions for this week. Right? So we'll go back. Okay. So the assignment. What do you have to do this week? Zip. Number 1, do the reading. And before you do the reading, you should read the introductory description I've just provided you here on this page. Next, refer to the study guide, right? I will invoke these terms on the study guide in my lectures. Then watch the videos. As I said, some videos will be intro, some will be after the fact, and I will clarify that as we go forward. Then the last thing is the discussion board questions. Basically, they're the same reading response questions we've had all semester. The assignment will be due at the end of the week. Some things will vary, like if we're having an in-class meeting over something like Zoom, things will be due in time for that. But I will try to be consistent with as least amount of variation as possible in terms of due dates each week, so that you can have this as a routine and you get it the first time and it just unfolds in repetition for the rest of the semester. The last thing you notice is all the materials that you need to complete the assignment will be down here. Right here. Voila. Right? So right now I just have the text, but additional things will follow after that. So I think that really is more than enough for the time being. Please keep your eye out for the next forthcoming videos because they will be up very shortly. Alrighty. Thank you very much and have a great night, and we will be in touch soon. Ciao.